From VTV Channel 6 Studios in downtown Vernal, this is Local Point with your host, Chris Piner.
Hello and welcome to Local Point. I'm your host, Chris Piner. On today's show, let's welcome Stephanie Carter and Wes Porter into the VTV6 studio. They're here to discuss the UBATC Ruck Run. Did I say it right?
You sure did.
The Ruck Run. It's kind of fun to say.
It is.
Well, let's get into how I've never heard of this before. Is it brand new this year?
Absolutely.
Yes?
You know, in fact, the genesis of this whole product came from President Waite at UBATC, and he would challenge his employees to create traditions that we can help with the community. And one of the traditions that Stephanie and I thought about is we're moving up close to Veterans Day, and here in the Uinta Basin we have a few Veterans Day activities, but we thought, why can't we make something a little bit bigger that's more family oriented that the veterans of all different generations can come to, and that was the birth of the actual Ruck Run.
I'm connecting the dots now with Ruck.
Yep,
right?
exactly.
Yeah, from a rucksack?
From a rucksack, you betcha.
I love that. I love it. And will this, I'm jumping ahead a little bit, are you looking at an actual Veterans Day event? Will it be on the 11th?
Actually, this will be on November 7th, which is a Friday. November 7th starting at 8:30 registration and 9 o'clock the race starts.
All right. I love this concept. So the president said he challenged, was it the whole school
Mm-hmm.
to develop some traditions. What made him go that direction? Traditions.
Well, the first tradition that we have is the UBIC breakfast that we have every year on the Roosevelt side at the Roosevelt campus. And the idea was to bring something over on the Vernal side because we do have the two campuses and we needed to balance the communities, and we wanted to show an appreciation over here as well. So that idea was brought forth to everybody in the staff and say, hey, we need something over in Vernal. Does anybody have ideas? And really it was Wes and Bob Peterson that came up with the idea, especially with Wes's veteran background. And he started looking into different things and doing research and brought the idea out. So.
Yeah, so they had I'm just processing this. They had this breakfast in one of the campuses. That was something that people looked forward to each year. They started to treasure because it was a tradition.
Absolutely, and what's great about it is it's really a tradition of service. The UBIC breakfast is something that's completely free to the public, and so we had to make the same assertion with the Ruck Run to make it completely free to the public.
I see.
And so that's where we are with it.
Very good. And I love the tie-in then. The tie-in, buy-in is all about Veterans Day and commemorating those who have served in the armed forces.
Absolutely. You know, when I was thinking of some ideas with the team to come up with, to make something happen, I remember I have a PT test coming. I'm actually still in the Utah Army National Guard. I spent about 10 years in it, served overseas to Iraq and worked full-time for the Guard. And one thing that I remember through all my training was that you had to carry the stinking rucksack. And it didn't matter what rank you were. You could have been a general, and you could have been, well, maybe not a general. You could have been a colonel, all the way down to a private. You're carrying a rucksack. And every single veteran can relate to that one thing. And so having that one piece that a veteran can relate to really brings a lot of people around to the same table. And to treasure, at the time, memories that you hated, as you look back, you go, you know what, that wasn't so bad.
And we all associate a rucksack with the armed forces.
Absolutely.
So how do you fit into this, Stephanie? Where did you, others had the idea and you've jumped in too. What is your role?
Well, it's a great project to be behind, and I love to support that. But my role at UBATC is marketing and promotions.
Oh, there you go.
So together we've made a great team. Also work with Vice President Bob Peterson, and with the three of us and the committee that helps with this event, it's been great and very successful.
So this is the first annual of many, many to come. Did everybody then decide that this would be, did all of you together, when we say all of you, we're talking about the staff that was challenged? Was it the staff at the Vernal campus?
Yeah, well actually everybody at the school, every employee there, the president, challenged to come up with some type of tradition.
Students as well?
Well, this was primarily for the staff, for the instructors and the admin team, etc. And this was the birth of that, came from that.
Well, I think it does sound like a good idea too, and time will tell, right?
That's
But anything that pays a little tribute to our veterans is always worthwhile. Will this be conducted? We'll talk a little bit more about some of the details on registration and that sort of thing, but will people carry a rucksack?
Absolutely. In fact, the way that we have it broken out is we understand that rucking is something that you usually have to work up towards. In fact, I can't just run out one day, even though I run a 5K all the time. I can't run out, throw a 35-pound to 45-pound ruck on, and expect to be fine. And in fact, on our website, you can go in there, I put a couple different training tips on there to help us out a little bit. But we've broken down the categories of weight classes. 0 pounds for a fun ruck, just an empty backpack. You can have 20 pounds, you can have 30 pounds, and you can have 45 pounds.
Ah, nice.
And then we put the concept, because the military is all about teamwork. We put the concept of a team. And so a team of 4 individuals has to take 150 pounds with them through the course and back.
So you can divide that up any way you want.
Any way you want, it's a team weight.
Right. So some of us already have that weight on us naturally. Does that count at all, or do you have to have an extra rucksack?
You got to have an extra
rucksack. I kind of have a
rucksack with that
built-in
one.
rucksack.
Well, I
was
kept
afraid of
telling
that.
Wes, let's do a team, and you guys can just carry me.
Nice.
And they could just take
Nice.
turns, and I'll just hop on the next person's back.
You plus a little extra, right?
A little extra.
Yeah, that's good. Very good. All right. Well, when we get back, I want to talk a little bit more about the details of how people can actually register and some of the the details of what happens during the race. All right. I'm glad you guys are here. So we'll be right back after this break. Stay tuned.
With advanced all-digital cable television from Strata Networks, you can enjoy jaw-dropping digital picture on hundreds of channels, exclusive local programming with VTV6, and follow your favorite college teams in incredible HD on the Pac-12 network, all with no contracts, no costly equipment, and no dishes mounted to your home. For details, visit your Strata store in Roosevelt or Vernal or call 622-5007. Strata Networks. We connect lives.
Welcome back to Local Point. Before the break, we were discussing the UBATC Ruck Run, and this is really the first annual, and how it was born, how it was created, and we're looking forward to the actual event happening. But I want to go back west to who can run in this, and who, for example, is already enrolled and ready to go.
Absolutely. Well, this event is for everybody. Everybody who wants to support the veterans, who wants to support America as general, come run with it. My little 10-year-old daughter, she'll be running in it with a little Dora Explorer backpack. And so it's completely family oriented. The great thing is on the team aspect, it's kind of more from the veterans, which is for, to also some of the first responders. In fact, I know that we have a firefighter team, we have a sheriff's team, and we have a classic air med team, and we got a few other teams coming in. And what they're doing is they're all dressing in their garb. So their weight, not necessarily a ruck, the firemen will be in their SCBAs. A lot of my Army buddies that'll be running in full uniform, and they're coming in support, and everyone's wearing their garb. So it's going to be pretty exciting.
What about footwear? What kind of footwear are they going to have?
We're running in boots, just like we do in the field.
All right.
So
I love that, and I love the family aspect of it. Now, off camera, Stephanie, you were talking to me about how you're running for someone. If you're not a veteran yourself,
You definitely could run for somebody if you have a family member or a friend that's a veteran, in honor of someone.
Or for someone else.
Or even if you don't, then you could still run.
Everyone does, but you could still, if you're just, you just want to participate and be in part of that experience. And there seems to be, it feels to me a little bit of a patriotic, or maybe very much
absolutely.
a patriotic a thing. And some of us just love to jump in for that alone. So I love that. Let's go there then, Stephanie. How do you register? How does a person watching our show get involved in this?
Well, I'll show you the flyer. And you will go to ubatc.edu/ruckrun, RUCKRUN, and you will get all of the information there. Now, we have partnered up with UNA Basin Standard and Vernal Express that they will also be getting the registrants' information. Now, here's something that we didn't talk about yet, that when you register, you also have the option of uploading a picture of a veteran and have a description about that veteran. And those pictures are going to be showed during the community breakfast Everybody will be enjoying their breakfast and watching a slideshow of all of the hometown heroes. Really awesome.
Nice.
Now the newspaper is going to take that same
Where
information.
will that take place? Where the breakfast?
The breakfast will be at UBATC at the Vernal campus.
The Vernal campus.
Inside. You'll be able to get your food outside through Army tents, right?
That's right.
And then go into the facility and enjoy the meal warm and enjoy that slideshow. So the newspapers will be taking that information as well and be doing a special piece in the Vernal Express and the Uinta Basin Standard.
Very nice.
Yes.
Now, does that happen before the run? Or is it in conjunction with the run? Do you eat and then run?
No,
Okay,
absolutely not.
I wasn't sure about that.
No, we'd have to have the nurses there for that. But the bottom
nurses,
line, you're going to have
anyway.
the run starting at 9 o'clock on November 7th.
Right.
That's when the run starts. And then at 10 o'clock, we're going to have the community breakfast, which
I
is
see.
pancakes for the entire family.
Right.
It's completely free of charge. Come down. And Stephanie's right. We got Army tents set up, a big military footprint. And then we have a short program at 11 o'clock. We have a short program to honor the veterans there at UBATC here in Vernal.
Very nice. And if you have a veteran that you want to honor, that's a great way to do it, right? Register, submit that information. A photo would even be extra nice. And then there's a run, right? Or so the run, you've got the community breakfast, and then something else is happening.
A short program we're having after that. We got a couple guest speakers coming in, veterans. The American Legion will be there to help kick it off with the flag ceremony for us before the program and retire the colors. And it's just a very short program, half-hour max, just to honor some of the veterans that are there.
Yeah, that sounds like a great thing to do that time of the year, maybe any time of the year. I can see why the whole staff rallied around this idea. Very worthwhile. Now tell me again, was there website information that people can go to? You remember that offhand?
Yep, ubatc.edu/Ruck Run, RUCKRUN. All the information's there, even some tips and information about the ruck. Now you have to bring your own ruck and your own weight. I know that was some of the questions that the community had. You'll get some tips from that website as well as registration information, uploading that picture. And also, you don't have to run to participate in the community breakfast. The community breakfast, there's for anybody. You don't have to run. Come and eat. We want to invite
Come
anybody.
and celebrate in one way or another.
Absolutely.
This great thing. Yeah, I love that idea. So how does one bring weight for the ruck? Now, being a civilian, how do you do that?
Well, the best thing is make sure you have a good ruck, which is pretty much just a backpack. One of the easiest things that I've seen, if someone wants to put 20 pounds or 40 pounds, you just get you get a 20-pound bag of beans, throw it in there. Some water's not bad. But you don't want a whole bunch of little things that's not packed around with the towel. And so if you put a bunch of little things that rattle, you want it packed tight. You want everything real tight and up high on your back. Put it on so you can ruck up and move out when you're ready to go.
That's a great idea. That's a great idea. All right, now, are there incentives to finish first or under a certain amount of time?
Absolutely, you got bragging rights. There's always that.
So there'll be that kind
But
of
with
thing.
the teams, I got an Army team. We've got the fireman team. We've also got other teams that people put together. There's definitely weight class awards. There's team awards, and all within male, female, and the age.
And
of
have
course.
we said the distance? How far is this?
It's a 5K.
It's a 5K.
So it shouldn't be.
Very
It's not
good.
that bad. It's not that bad. It's right there at the route at UBATC. So everything happens in that enclosed area. So
Right
it's
in
safe
that
and
area.
we're all
Run
taken
around
care
the
of.
bowl.
The routes,
Absolutely.
right around the bowl. You should show the dog tag.
Oh, absolutely.
Let's show everybody
In fact,
what you get when you complete the run.
One incentive that we did, we looked at making sure that everything is designed in a way that has a military footprint. And we built, everybody that runs will get this. It says the UBATC Veterans Day Ruck Run 5K 2015. And it says Ruck Up
Very
on it,
nice.
which is the command and signal that we would get in the military to ensure that we got moving quick.
What a great thing.
So everyone will get one of those.
What a great thing. I love that. Very unique and
Really
very
cool
meaningful.
memento.
Thank you two for coming today.
Thanks for having us.
And thank you for joining us on this episode of Local Point. That's all we have time for today. Be sure to like us on VTV6 on Facebook for updates on your favorite local programming. We'll see you next time.